Hey, what up, Dodgers Nation? D-Mac here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. Should Brusdar Graterol be the next closer for the Dodgers? We're going to dive into that in just a second, but quick reminder for all things Dodger baseball, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And as always, I want your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. Do you want to see the Dodgers consider Brusdar Graterol for closer next season? Give me a Y for yes or give me an N for no. And also, do you think he'll ever be the closer of the Dodgers? Let me know down below. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So we've got a new series coming out about who will be the Dodgers closer for next season. And today we're going to start with Brusdar Graterol. There's a lot of people out there that want to see the bazooka get the final 3 outs because they see that triple-digit heat. I mean, is there anyone out there that makes throwing in 300? I mean, is there anyone out there today? Is there anyone out there in today's game that makes throwing 100-mile-per-hour fastballs look as easy as Brusdar Graterol? He just makes it seem like you just step on the mound and flick it, and you'd see that triple-digit heat. Well, it's not that easy, but he definitely makes it look like it is. Now, should he be the Dodgers closer? Well, first and foremost, we have to find out, will Kenley Jansen re-sign with the Dodgers? Will the Dodgers make him a competitive offer? He's evolved as a pitcher. He's refined his pitch mix. He's really reestablished himself as one of the best closers in the game, but he's going to have some nice offers out there. Dave Vassegh, he reported that he was in talks with the Miami Marlins. Sports Illustrated, they predict that he'd ultimately end up with the Toronto Blue Jays, and Dave Vassegh said that Kenley Jansen is going to take the most money that he can get because this is going to be presumably his last big deal. So first and foremost, if Kenley Jansen is gone, then we can start to have this discussion because Brusdar Graterol, the potential is there. He has that triple-digit heat that we see all over Pitching Ninja, and we see him pounding of his chest and pointing to the sky, but there are some things that you want to see him improve upon before you give him the ball for the final 3 outs on a consistent basis, and one of those things is him putting away hitters, for him to increase that K percentage. Now, he did do it to a degree last season. In 2020, he had a 14.8 K percentage. In 2021, an 18% K percentage. You also saw he performed very well in the postseason, where he had a 1 ERA, a .44 whip. Opponents were hitting 129 off him. He had 7 punch-outs to 0 walks in 9 innings of work. Did hit 2 batters, but for the most part, you saw some real growth from Brusdar Graterol in the postseason. He had that poise, he had that confidence, and he gives his team a boost. They like that energy when he's pounding his chest and pointing to the sky. There's just a different level of energy when you're on the field with Brusdar Graterol. They know the heat he brings. They know what he can do on the mound, and also, I think they should have left him in there. I think Dave Roberts and the powers that be should have left him in there in Game 2 of the NLCS to face Rosario. Kenley Jansen came out. He gave up the game-winning hit, and I think that Brusdar Graterol should have been given that opportunity because he was having success in the postseason. He was effective, but the big issue with Brusdar Graterol and why you can't put him in that closer's role just yet is he doesn't miss enough bats. And the reason for that is, yes, he throws triple digits, but it is on a sinker, so he does induce a lot of contact. He also throws a lot of strikes, and when you combine those factors, that answers the question, why does a guy that throws triple digits so consistently not punch out more batters? And the other thing too is he has some of the shortest at-bats against him in the league because he is commanding the strike zone. They're putting the bat on the ball on Brusdar Graterol, and they're putting it in play, and they're getting outs in that fashion. I think if you're Brusdar Graterol, do you want to continue to use that slider, to continue to finish guys off without using that sinker? And then you got the total package. And I do think we're not going to see him be a guy that's a big-time strikeout guy like we saw Kenley Jansen with his cutter when he was using his bread and cutter in his absolute prime. It's not going to be like that with him, but if he's effective, he's effective. And I think if he can prove that he can keep the ball in the yard, not give up a ton of home runs, keep guys off base, not issue a lot of walks, then I say, hey, this is a guy who's effective in his own style. And I think that's really what matters. But if it's a tight game, Dodgers holding on to a 1-run lead, you connect with that 2-seam triple-digit fastballs that going over the fence, then you have a tie game. So anytime you're going to put the ball in play, you do put yourself in a situation that other other teams can start rallies and other teams can cut into that lead late in games. You might see some blown saves, but I do think when it comes to Brusdar Graterol, you shouldn't completely change your style. You do want to continue to develop that slider to keep hitters off balance, and then you do have that complete package. And if I'm Brusdar Graterol, I'm looking at Kenley Jansen. Look how quickly Kenley Jansen was able to reinvent himself by using that two-seam fastball, by using that slider. And if you saw Brusdar Graterol have a four-seam fastball that had that perceived rise, you're going to miss bats more that way too. But you don't want him to take away from what he does best, and that is throwing strikes, inducing soft contact, having those short at-bats. And I definitely think it's interesting to think about. It's a very intriguing idea to have Bazooka as the closer because, let's be honest, there is a certain level of Brusdar power when it comes to Brusdar Graterol. He has that in him. He has the show chain. He's got the point to the sky to his brother. He has all the things you want to see from a closer. He's got the Lil Wayne song, The Fireman. I mean, look, he has a lot of those qualities you want to see. Checks off those boxes when it comes to being a closer because, look, let's be honest, when it comes to a closer, you want to stay for those final three outs when you see Kenley Jansen in his prime running out to California Love, or Eric Gagne running out to Welcome to the Jungle. I think that you do need a little pinch of that star power, and I think he definitely has that in spades, but at the end of the day, that's not what wins baseball games, right? What wins baseball games is getting outs, and I definitely think that Brusdar Graterol continues to grow, and I definitely think he's trending in the right direction. But another thing to think about too is, do you really want Blake Treinen to be that closer, considering he's the Dodgers' best high leverage reliever? Because if you lock him into that role, you lose him for some of the significant outs in the 7th or 8th inning or wherever it may be late in the game. So that's another thing to chew on as well, because yes, Blake Treinen is dominant, but once you put him into that closer's role, you lose him. So really, I just hope that finally we get a situation where the Dodgers are using a closer by committee, because the Dodgers have dudes. You have Blake Treinen, you have Daniel Hudson, who they signed before the lockout. You have Alex Vesia, who really made a name for himself last season. Tommy Kahnle is going to be back at some point next season. But I still think that Brusdar Graterol has more to prove to be that guy. If you look at his numbers last season, a 4.59 ERA, a 3.95 FIP, a 4.18 xFIP. You saw the punch-out numbers from earlier. And I just think that he is getting better. He's still very young. As long as he stays healthy and continues to improve, I definitely think he's going to be a high-leverage guy for the Dodgers for years to come. And will he become that closer that we all want to see him grow into? Hopefully that's the case, but I still think next year is a little premature. But let me know down below in the comment section. Do you want to see Brusdar Graterol be the Dodgers closer? Let me know down below. My name is D-Mac. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all things Dodger baseball, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. We're getting close to 40,000 subscribers, and you guys have made this possible, so thanks a lot. Tell your friends, tell your family to subscribe to the channel, because, hey, man, it's like our channel, right? But let me know down below in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. For all latest Dodgers Nation merch, head over to gearup.la, download the new Dodgers Nation app, and until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.